Are there any concerns that you have with the proposals on pornography that David Cameron's introduced?
Well, yes, there are. David Cameron is not well known for his grasp of detail. I think some of this is being thought through more than other aspects of it. And certainly these proposals for a list of terms that you can't use. Now, I think when it comes to the principle of it, certainly there are things you can't stand up and shout in a street or on a bus, you'll get thrown off the bus. I'm not sure that it is a freedom of speech issue at its basis, but I think it's going to be quite difficult, very challenging to get that right, and to how you choose what terms you can't search for and make sure that legitimate searches aren't included. There's great search technology out there, as we know. Unfortunately, it's not always shared or open source, so I'll be following very closely how they try to implement that, and if it's just a straight bar on certain words, I think that could be quite challenging.
Just one other quick point on that too, that the casual user, this will probably deter the person casually searching, but the dark web, as we all know, is some 94% of the internet, so that's really not going to stop anything, is it?
Well, what was interesting, Peter, was, and whether it's exactly the right way of describing it, but they talk about people being sort of led. They obviously, they're choosing their own path from legal porn to more and more extreme porn, and ultimately to illegal porn. And so again, putting some speed bumps in the way of that, I think that's a good thing. But obviously, you get your hardened criminals, and that's why we need to have the resources for CEOPS and others, and the police to be more tech savvy. We need to have those resources as well. So that area is not going to be impacted by the people who are doing that are not going to be affected by those proposals.